Hello everybody, welcome to Saturday, Shays Nays Storytelling. Yay, yay, yay. It's about time we get back to these, huh? Okay. Y'all are gonna think I'm weird. My husband thinks I'm weird with this. But what is it? Why is it? Why do I love, and I'm serious, I want y'all to answer me in the comments below about this. Why do I love telling stories of my life, my childhood, so much? Is that called something? Let me know, because I want to know. And why is it that such nonsense, not goofy, funny, playful nonsense, you know, there's different types of nonsense, not necessary nonsense, not really meaningful memories, why do those stick out in my mind? Why do they seem so special to me when they're really nothing? And when I tell my story, you'll understand what I'm asking and talking about. And I want an answer to that question too. So please, let me know. I want to know why I'm like I am. Seriously. Okay, but it is time for another story of my childhood. Or basically my teenagehood. Is that a word? Okay. So I've done picked the story. I thought of another story actually last night to add. You know, I don't have a very long list right now. I had 6 on my list. My camera just seems to be tilted too much and I don't like it. I'm gonna fix it. Now it may be crooked, but I'm not gonna turn it around and look. I like the way the camera is sitting right now. I know I'm Looney Tunes. I can't help it. Okay. So I looked at my... Oh, sorry y'all. Oh, it makes me mad I yawn all the time on camera. I looked at my story list. I only had 6 things on there. But last night while I was watching a vlog, I seen something. It's not what the person, I was watching, I don't know if any of y'all know Fully Living vlogs. It's a family that lives in Israel. And he's in the army and he's actually in Florida, the United States, working right now. And her son is in... She's from Florida. Her mom and him lives in Florida. But she moved to Israel to marry her husband. She met him online playing games. And, but now she's stuck in Israel and he's in USA. And I just don't think that's right. She should have went with him. He should have took her with him. Let her stay with her mom and him. I'm mad at him. Oh, and he's been around New Orleans touring and seeing things, which is really close to me, so I'm really mad at him because he should have brought Andrea and let me go to New Orleans and meet her. Anyway, I was watching her vlog last night, and it's not anything that she was talking about. It is not anything that she was doing or showing or anything, okay? It just happened to be where she was at in her vlog at the time, in her home. And it happened to get on camera. And I happened to see something that went, hey, what's that? That looks like... And then, bing, there's that story, you know? I'm sorry, y'all can't help it. I'm just crazy. I'm just crazy like that. So I said, hey, I can add that to my story list. So I pulled out my story list and I added it to it. So then I had 7 on the story list. So this morning I pulled up random.org. I am not sleepy, y'all. At least I don't think I am. I actually feel good. And I've actually, instead of sitting here watching videos all morning, even after I finished eating my breakfast and taking my medicine, as soon as I was through, I got up from watching my videos and I went on to do other things. Checking my email, working on my list book, getting ready to make these videos. You know, I feel good and I feel like doing things now. I'm not sleepy. Why do we yawn? Becca does it. A lot of other people do it. Why do we yawn when we get on camera? Anyway, so I got on random.org. And so I had 7 things, so I put 7, you know, 1 was the minimum, the maximum was 7, and I generated it, and it pulled up number 6. So, my number 6 story is about pickles on a hot dog. See what I mean? It's meaningless. Why is this so special to me? Okay. So the story goes, I was a teenager. I was past 16, I know. And I got married at 18. So I was either 16 or 17. Probably 16. Lived in Mississippi. My oldest sister Charlotte, who y'all know here on YouTube is Wyoming Nene, and her husband had a, I think it was called Amico gas station. All through their lives they've had gas stations, different gas stations they worked at. And I just about worked at every one of them. I said just about. But anyway, so they had this gas station where, you know, it was a gas station. Cars come in and get gas. It's a station inside. So they had chips and candy bars and snacks and drinks and coolers and then they also had, like, behind their counter, it was kind of a small store, but still yet behind their counter, they fixed hot dogs. They would fix, I ain't gonna be able to remember everything, but I remember the hot dogs. They may have had hamburgers. It seemed like they had nachos. You know, I don't remember what all exactly they had. But I worked there some of the time, working the cash register. But I had days off. And we lived, this was on a highway, okay, and we lived right down the road a little bit from the station on the opposite side of the highway. Now this is gonna go into, like, some of my stories goes into like double stories. But it all kind of goes along with it together. And the other part of it that I'm kind of hooking on to this wouldn't really be a story that I would just tell by itself, you know, so. But I had a little 50 motorcycle that my dad got me for my 13th birthday. So I would leave our house on my little 50 motorcycle. And I would cross the highway. You know, the two different sections of the highway, the one going this way and the one going that way. And I'd get over on the other side of the highway, because, you know, we lived on a road. Our house was facing the road that you turned off the highway onto, but it was right there at the highway. You know, we could see the highway. So that our road going out was actually at one of those places where you could cut straight on across to the other side of the highway. So I would ride my little 50 motorcycle, cross the highway to the other side, and then I would go down a little piece, and I can't remember now exactly where it was. I think there was a back dirt road back there, maybe. I'm not quite remembering totally all the way. But I would go there, and then there was like, I can't remember if it was a trail, could have been a trail, or it could have just been back dirt roads that I took back in there and, you know, turning and going this way, because their station was down that way, on that side of the highway. Down that way on that side of the highway. I know y'all couldn't see my hand when I got it out of view. Anyway, so I would go the back roads or a little trail pathway, whatever, on my motorbike then, instead of riding right on the highway. And then I would come out another dirt road that came out right beside their Amoco station. And that's how I would go to their station or their house. They lived in a trailer right behind the station. So I did that. So this was my off day, okay? So they had another lady working at the gas station. And I knew her well, kind of become friends. You know how when you work with people and you get acquainted with people, you come to know them. But now today, I can't no more remember this lady's name. She was a lady. She was an older lady. And she was probably married and had kids. I don't remember. I do remember that now Charlotte, if you watch this video, remind me if you even remember what her name was. Kind of tall. I kind of want to say blonde-headed, but I kind of think that it had what they call dirty blonde. Had a little bit of the light brown in it. Do you remember her, Charlotte? Let me know. I would love to remember her name. But she worked there. And so this was my off day, and I was bored, kinda, and I was hungry. And I didn't have anything else to do, or didn't feel like doing anything else, so I hopped on my motorcycle and I went to the store. And so, you know, I got off, parked, turned my motorcycle off, I went inside, and I remember plopping up on the stool at their bar right there, you know, the counter where they cooked the food and stuff. And I think I just remember just popping down and just kind of sighing. And so the lady that was working there, I wished I could remember her name, she started talking to me and asking me, what's the matter with you? And so I told her, I said, I'm hungry and I want something to eat, but I don't know what I want. But like I said, I think I was kind of bored, didn't know what to do or whatever. But so then she said, let me pick you something to eat. And I looked at her and I said, okay, what you got? And so she said, let me fix you my famous delicious hot dog. And I said, okay, I like hot dogs. Fix me a hot dog then. Why is it so famous? Why is it so delicious? And that might have not been the exact words she used, you know, but something along that line. And she may have just thought of it right on the spot, you know, and it may not even have been something. She might have could have seen that I looked like I was kind of sad or bored or whatever, and maybe she just kind of wanted to help cheer me up or whatever. So she just kind of on the spot made it up, you know. I'm just saying that's how it might have been, probably, really and truly. But, so she said, I'm gonna make you a hot dog, which they had. It was the hot dogs, you know, the gas station machines. I guess they still have them, where they have the hot dogs in that machine that keeps them heated up and they roll around in it. They had one of those, I think. Remind me, Charlotte, if I'm wrong or not. It might have not have been one of the modern new ones they have today, but I think they had something similar to that. So anyway, so she made me a hot dog. And I think as she made it, she explained, she said, you gotta take your bun, and you gotta take your mayonnaise, and you gotta spread your mayonnaise on it. And then you gotta get your wiener. So she got the wiener and she put it in there. And she said, and then you take your ketchup and you squirt it in there on top of the wiener. She said, then, the secret ingredient that really makes it good, you take 3 dill pickles. So she got 3 dill pickles, and she said, and you lay them right here on top of the wiener, like this. And she said, now that is one good hot dog. So she said it in front of me, she said, taste it and see what you think. And I picked that hot dog up, and I took a bite of it, and I had a piece of pickle in there with it. And I guess I had never ate a hot dog with a pickle in it. And it may have just, you know, like you said, have been just that it really wasn't nothing. That it might have been a normal thing. But it's just that I had went in there and I was bored and hungry and didn't really know what I wanted to eat. And then she may have seen and sensed that and was kind of trying to, you know, encourage me, cheer me up, help me out. So she just on the spot made this up or something, you know. But when I took that bite of that hot dog, I promise you, that was the best tasting hot dog that I had ever had in my whole entire lifetime. It was good. It was delish. And so I told her, I said, hey, it was like I was surprised. I said, hey, that is good. So I ate it, and I looked at her and I said, would you make me another one? So she made me another one and I ate a second one. Seems like I may have even went on to a third one. I don't quite remember, but it kind of seems like I did. So, ever since then, even till today, now, I eat hot dogs. I eat chili dogs. And something that has always aggravated me about my husband, when I first met my husband and married him, and he said, let's have hot dogs tonight. To me, I was thinking hot dogs, bun, mayonnaise, ketchup, wieners, pickles. Him, he gets a can of chili out and he opens it up and starts heating it up. And I look at him and I say, what are you doing? I thought we was having hot dogs. And he said, we are. And I said, no, you're making a chili dog. That aggravates me about him. One of the little ticks, you know, the pesky, what do you call them? Pet peeves. Yeah, that's what it is. That you have about each other. That's one of them that I have about him. To him, a hot dog is a chili dog, and the hot dog don't exist at all. And he won't. He has never, I've never seen him eat just bun, mayonnaise, ketchup, or even mustard, because he don't like mayonnaise. He does mustard. He'll put mustard on his chili dog, and that's fine too. But he never has just done the bun and wiener thing. You know, hot dog. It's always a chili dog, but he calls it a hot dog. So, when we do hot dogs, we make both the hot dog. So I'll fix that and do it. Sometimes I want the chili dog and I'll just do the chili dog. Sometimes I make me two and one's a hot dog and one's the chili dog. But honey, until this day, that hot dog has mayonnaise, ketchup, and 3 dill pickles on it. It has to be 3 dill pickles. And my husband thinks I'm silly. He laughs at me. The very first time I wanted one, I actually think, when we got married way back in the day, I actually think we went to Sonic's and I wanted a hot dog, so we ordered a hot dog. But I told him, I said, tell him to put 3 pickles on it. 3 dill pickles. And he looked at me and said, he kind of giggled and said, why does it have to be 3 dill pickles? And I just said, because it just ain't right if it ain't 3 dill pickles now. It's got to have those 3 dill pickles on it. And that's how I eat my hot dog today. And it's still just as good as it was that day. That lady fixed it for me in Charlotte's Amoco station. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Alright. Now see what I mean? Meaningless. Pickles on a hot dog don't mean nothing. Why is that so special to me? Y'all tell me that. And tell me what you think about my story. If you like it, give me thumbs up. Send your friends over to listen to it. Okay guys, that's it. This has went on long enough. This one has probably went over to the second video. Probably the third, I hope not. I'm done, I'm gone. Toodaloo.